It's getting quite cold. I was getting quite cold about Nottingham Forest this season. I was thinking, this is depressing. We're getting relegated against Plymouth next season. And now suddenly I'm feeling very warm. I'm going to have a celebrated Jaffa cake. Yeah. That tastes like a victory. New chair. New Forest. I mean, I'm just saying. Is this a coincidence? Also got a new cushion. Reserved for Rads. Name of the YouTube channel if you didn't know. I mean, you probably do because you've got eyes. But, you know, please subscribe to Rads because it's a rather good channel if you ask me. I wouldn't know. I don't watch it very often. We won a game of football. We didn't just win a game of football. We won a game of football away from home. This is only the third time in 2.5 seasons. Not even that, no. A season and a half that we've won a game of football not at the City Ground. Wonderful, wonderful scenes. I don't care if I'm waffling, but I'm just getting the point across. This is such a rare occasion, and we didn't just win. We won, and deserved to win, and convincingly won. And that is by far and away not only the best away performance since we've been promoted, but probably one of the best, if not the best, I'd say. Am I just being biased about that? I mean, last season, Brighton at home maybe was a pretty convincing win in the end. Only we had to, well, we came from behind today as well, didn't we? That was fairly comfortable. There wasn't really many others, I don't think. And this season, Villa, we had to really grind it out. And same goes to like Arsenal last season and that Southampton game. And yeah, all those games. Whereas today, we went behind, just like we did against Bournemouth, and responded. And we are so much better on the attack. You know, we're becoming like the ultimate counter-attacking side. And, you know, I don't know for sure if that's what Wolves played. Like, you know, I probably should know really. But forgive me, I'm pretty happy that we managed to win today. So just avoid the fact that I don't know how Wolverhampton Wanderers played football a few years ago. But I just think with that system that we've been setting up with Nuno the last 2 games, we have that counter-attacking edge to us that we just didn't have under Cooper in the Premier League anyway. I mean, the Championship it worked amazing, but the Premier League we just looked so stale and nervy going forward, and a lot of the time didn't even go forward. We've got the players to do it. Hudson-Odoi, Elanga, Morgan and Chris Wood. Chris Wood. Well done. Fair play, mate. Fair play. I'm going to have another Jaffa cake. I finished off this one. Yeah. I have criticised him in the past, and when we signed it, I wasn't too sure about it. I was one of these people that were kind of being a bit too over the top with him at times, but I always also thought, hang on a minute, this guy's been a proven striker throughout his career for Newcastle, even Newcastle, but particularly Burnley. He's literally been there and done it for like 5 seasons in a row or something, scoring 10+ goals in the Premier League or near that, sometimes more. So, like, this guy can do it. He can do it. He's proven what he can do. Even last season, that goal against City, the Sheffield United goal this season, the goals against Luton this season, the goal against Bournemouth was really well taken. But the goals today were absolutely amazing. Outstanding. Like, proper, the most composed goals you can see. Proper strikers' goals. The first one, it was just a tap in. It reminded me of Lewis Graven, just being in the right place at the right time. Not the most glamorous, you know, stunning player to watch, but he got the job done. He was in the right place at the right time. He put the ball in the back of the net. Elanga, just earlier on, had not squared it to Wood. He learnt his lesson, Elanga, squared it to Wood, and he's there. And just briefly mentioning before that, I don't think it was a penalty. I think it was quite a soft one. I know this video is a bit all over the place, but forgive me. I'm just getting it all out, quite frankly. It wasn't a penalty, in my opinion. It was quite soft. There was mild contact, Aina on Isak, but I think it was a bit of I think he kind of played with it a little bit, in my opinion, Isak. I'm not even being biased. And Newcastle were looking like a pretty good side in the first half, and you know they've obviously been unbelievable last season and even at times this season, but they're on a real decline. But they were showing that they can still be a really good team. They were bombarding us, and we were looking quite shaky. Danilo was struggling, and as he has done all season, really. And yeah, I was feeling quite worried about how the game's going to go when that penalty went in. We've got to talk about the lineup being as different as it was. I think it's quite clear, you know, Nuno, it was a big call just to change it like that, but he needs to give these lads goes. You know, he wants to try out all these players. Sangara coming back in, Montiel, Aina coming in, Newcastle was always going to have to come in as well. A totally different midfield, as I already said, Sangara being one, Danilo coming in, Hudson-Odoi starting this one, and obviously Joe Wall coming back. I could never have, I mean, I kind of think he may feature at some point in the Nuno, but it was still a shock to actually see him come on, and I thought he did pretty well when he did come on for the final 6 minutes or so. So fair play to Wall. I know he's got a lot of stick and probably deserved if the stories are true about him bad-mouthing Cooper and that, but I'm actually pleased. I want him to feature. He's been at Forest all these years. I don't want him to like just suddenly have a really bad rep. That's just my opinion. But more back Woody and those goals in the second half. The first one was from Alanga, wasn't it? And that footwork, you know, I don't know whether Newcastle are just badly missing Nick Pope, and they are. Dubravka's nowhere near the level. Would Pope have done that? Probably not. But I don't care, quite honestly. It was just so good. Like, so composed from Chris Wood. As Amazon quite rudely pointed out, it's not what Wood normally is known for. And yeah, an amazing finish. And the third one is pretty much identically rounds the keeper again. This time, an unreal ball from Murillo. And yeah, honestly, I'm so happy for Chris Wood, because he's proven his worth big time at times, not constantly, consistently doing so, which is what we want to see. But the last two games in particular, and even going back to that Luton game, he's shown what he can do. And I'm really pleased about that. So yeah, it's kind of, it feels disrespectful to Cooper in ways to say, oh yeah, well, this is why we're struggling. But is it a coincidence that as soon as we get a new manager that's been there and done it before, with vast experience, not just in the Premier League, but at a high level of football, he comes in and immediately we don't just win away from home, but we beat one of the best sides in the league. Newcastle still are one of the best sides in the league. They're not top 4 level right now, but they're still a very strong team, and I've been saying for a while, I think Newcastle's one of the toughest places to go in football, and yet we won there. There's only us and Liverpool that have beaten them at St James's Park this season, as well as Dortmund and Milan in the Champions League. That's unbelievable. Like, I cannot believe what I saw today. Just such a brilliant team performance. And yeah, who knows what the lineup will be against Man United? Will he go for another experimentation again and play some more lads that haven't really featured much and just give them goes? We can't get too carried away, even though we are definitely tempted to do so in this scenario. But like, yeah, early impressions are better than most of the things we saw under Cooper, and I don't want that to sound rude or insulting to Steve, because he's a hero, but Nuno, early impressions, absolutely love what you're doing, mate, and I love the way he talks in his interviews as well. I think we've got a really good one there with Nuno Espirito Santo. So yeah, absolutely delighted. And Man United, I mean, they're meant to be in turmoil like Newcastle. In fact, they arguably are in even more turmoil and disjointed, and you know, not really sure who they are, and a lot of, you know, egos and players that think they're better than they actually are in their team. So yeah, no doubt United have got quality, but they've shown that they can quite comfortably be on the end of an upset this season. So at the City Ground, after that Newcastle game, playing Man United, probably going to lose to Villa today, or won't win convincingly. If they do, I doubt it. I really feel we can do something there. Like, I'll take a point 100% against them, but why not? Why not? If we lose, so be it. But if we just continue to see these performances getting better and better, that's the most important thing right now. But yeah, I'm so happy with that. Merry Christmas. If you have enjoyed this, please hit the like button. Subscribe to Rads if you're new. Trying to get to 6,000 subscribers really would go a long way. And yeah, thanks for watching. Thank you, Forrest. Thanks, Chris Wood. Up the Reds.